Well, the best military in the world is about to become even more efficient, and the training is happening right here in California. Lessons from the War on Terror are the backbone of a new training program at Camp Pendleton. Soldiers are learning how to better identify a threat in a war zone. It's called Combat Hunter, teaching Marines to think and act like hunters to take out a terrorist before the threat becomes reality. Here's Tom Jordan.
A general store, greetings in the marketplace, games in the street, all the elements of a typical community in war-torn Iraq.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Including a surprise insurgent attack.
Hey!
But this is not Iraq, it's Camp Pendleton, and this is a new training program called Combat Hunter.
We liken it to nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide.
Greg is the combat specialist leading the Marine Corps' most recent innovation of combat training. The former police officer and his team bring a unique skill of observing, profiling, and tracking an enemy target from both city life and big game hunting to the battlefield.
Flak is stuff that we add on to the scenario to make it interesting. It creates an atmosphere where each Marine is a better intel gatherer, a better observer, and definitely has the ability to pick out insurgents and terrorists out of any type of crowd.
There we go. Turn down that street, nice and slow.
His group of specially trained Marines are looking for certain behavior sets or domains that trigger a red flag.
The harder a person tries to conceal one of those domains, the more his human behavior characteristics will stick out.
In this scenario, Marines play Iraqi civilians in everyday Iraqi life: soccer, badminton, casual discussion, and the so-called hooligans, those deemed a high-risk priority. Every move, pattern, behavior being watched closely from as far away as 3,000 meters, where Marines with a trained eye are able to see a broader picture and a threat looming on the fringe of town. This man walking with a supposed limp, avoiding attention.
90% of hunting is finding what you're looking for. And then the last 10% is just engaging what you're looking for.
Colonel Fred Padilla says combat hunter training teaches Marines to find their enemies before their enemies strike, even in the confusing fog of war.
This helps to cut through some of that fog and friction, to enable Marines to understand their situation and make the right decisions.
In this exercise, behavior patterns indicate the hooligans here are just a distraction to a larger threat. Remember the man with a limp? Well, now he's attained his place as a sniper, positioned on a nearby rooftop.
3, 2, shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
A big part of combat hunter training is understanding the Iraqi mindset. The difference between an innocent civilian and a probable threat is key.
Where is Mecca now? Okay, we pray that direction. We do not face each other as we are praying.
We have the missing piece here. We have real Iraqis who have been in Iraq, who've been in Iraqi military and worked side by side with the U.S. forces for the last 3-4 years, so it's more real.
We're not affecting the innocent civilians that are out there. We'll be better at doing that.
Okay, do me a favor, be on the move.
Greg believes this training is doing just that and helping to knock down a major foe, Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda, because they've been faced with combat profiling over the last year, is failing miserably.